by boring brick. Today on Fortitude Through Stoicism, and this is my 365-day journey of implementing the ancient philosophy of Stoicism into the life of this modern masculine man. Important one today. Talking about Nick Saban, but first, the quote by Marcus Aurelius. You must first build up your life action by action, and be content if each one achieves its goal as far as possible. No one can keep you from this. But there will be some external obstacle, perhaps no obstacle to acting within justice, self-control, and wisdom, but what if some other area of my action is thwarted? Well, gladly accept the obstacle for what it is and shift your attention to what is given. And another action will immediately take its place, one that better fits the life you are building. A lot here. Let's talk about Nick Saban in the process first. Elite athletes in college and professional sports have been increasingly following a philosophy known as the process. Now, this is a philosophy created by Alabama coach Nick Saban, who, again, one of the best college football coaches ever, who taught his players to ignore the big picture. Ignore the games, ignoring winning championships, the opponent's, lead. Instead, focus on doing the absolutely smallest things well. Practicing with full effort. Finishing a specific play. You hear that all the time. Finish the play, finish the play, finish the play. Converting on a single possession. Now, consider this. A season lasts months. A game lasts hours. Catching up may be 4 touchdowns, but a single play is only a few seconds. And here's the reality. The games, the seasons, they're made up by the seconds. And in football, they're made up by the very precious inches. It is a game of inches. If a team follows the process, they tend to win. They overcome obstacles and eventually make their way to the top without ever having to focus on the obstacle directly. If you follow the process in your life, assembling the right actions in the right order, one after another, you too will do well. Now that's Ryan Holiday from the Daily Stoic. So let me put my little spin on this one. This has been the secret to my success. It really has. Brick by boring brick. A lot of people will see the social media posts with, the abs and the travel and the things like that. But what they don't see is me traveling, until 2 o'clock in the morning, getting 3 hours of sleep, getting on the treadmill, always reading, always learning, always studying. They don't see the boring minutia. And that's why people can't do this long term, because they're captivated by motivation, which means they can get started, they get some results, they're feeling good, but eventually that motivation wanes. And then you're left with what? That's why I don't believe in motivation. I believe in discipline. It's a set of rules that I live by. They are boring. I move my body with intention every day. I read every day. I drink water every day. I eat healthy, boring crap every day. I follow the process. Why? Because if I'm looking at the top of Mount Everest, I'm going to trip on the step in front of me. Yes, I have a plan because I've visualized my future and I've created a plan to that. So all I need to do is focus on this step in front of me. And what I call my daily disciplines, that's the bricks. That's the boring stuff. Moving my body every day, learning every day. All of the daily disciplines that I do to make me the very best that I can possibly be. And then you put Stoicism on top of it to master my emotions. So, the process. Who else has done this? Who else has done this? John Wooden, the greatest college basketball coach of all times. He talked about his success pyramid. And he had different characteristics like industriousness as a cornerstone of success in that pyramid. Interesting about John Wooden is he never showed game film of the other team. Never even talked about the other team. What kind of defense they run, what kind of offense they run. Didn't matter to John Wooden. John Wooden's responsibility was to make his team the very best men first, basketball players second. He focused on character building. He focused on the process. He focused on the fundamentals. Who else? Kobe Bryant. Lakers win a championship. Everybody goes out, celebrates. Kobe goes to the gym because that one shot that he missed, he practiced that thing 1,000 times. Everyone else is partying. Just won a championship. Got a long off season. Kobe Bryant's already in the gym practicing the jump shot that he missed during the championship game. Boring. Nobody wants to do that. Except people who are dedicated to the very pinnacle of success. My daughter asked me yesterday, day before, I was on a video call with one of my girls and I see Sarah Bear poke her head and she goes, "Dad, let me ask you a question." I said, "Yeah, go ahead, sweetheart." She goes, "Would you rather be loved or respected?" It was easy for me. Respect. I love a lot of people that I do not respect. But the people that I respect, I hold in the very, very, very highest regard. You don't get there being flashy. You don't get there being braggadocious. You get there by building a pyramid of success, one boring brick by brick. And on that, I've got to go build my pyramid.